Hello, this is Cheon, and I'm about to crack a pack of Battle for Zendikar. All right, Expedition one time. Let's start from the commons here. All right, so we got Call the Scions here, 2 and a green, make 2 Eldrazi Scions. It's okay if you want to go maybe the green-black sacrifice deck, but it's not something that I'm looking to take too highly. Next we have Merc Strider. It's a 4-mana 3/2. It bounces if you get to ingest some or exile some cards, but once again, it's not a card that I actively want to take. Once I'm in the blue-black or blue-red Devoid deck and I have several ways to remove or exile, I will take the Merc Strider, but hopefully don't have to take that. Voracious Null, let's just go to the next card. We have Oran Reef Invoker. Solid card, it's a bear. Late game, it gives you a little bit of upside. It's probably currently the best pick in the pack. We have Boiling Earth, mostly a sideboard card, but if you ever get to awaken and kill some stuff, it's pretty good value. We have Lithomancer's Focus. Nice combat trick. If you're the aggressive ally deck, I could see playing 1 or 2, but don't really want too many of these types of effects in my deck. I prefer Tandem Tactics, but that's not what we have here. Next pack, we have Ondu Champion. It's a 4-mana 4/3 ally. This guy's pretty solid body. Red does have a lot of 4-mana creatures that are all solid, so I don't look to take up red drops that cost 4 mana too early, but it is pretty solid. It's probably better than the other cards so far. Next up, we have Makindi Slide Runner. This is a 2-drop. If you want to be like the red-green landfall deck or just a really aggressive deck in general, this card is pretty good. Probably better than the Ondu Champion here, so those are the 2 cards I'm looking at. Now we have Gideon's Reproach. This is a pretty solid combat trick. It's decent in an aggressive or defensive deck because it goes both ways. Actually, probably my pick right now. Next we have, Resolute Blade Master. This is a 5-mana 2/2 ally. Whenever this guy or another ally enters the battlefield, all your creatures get double strike. This card is awesome. If you end up in red-white allies, it is very, very powerful. And because I think the power level of these commons are just not that great, it's not like an Eldrazi Sky Spawn or a removal spell, I would likely just take a chance here and just go with the Resolute Blade Master. If you don't end up in the allies deck, sure, it sucks, but if you do, this card is just fantastic. Next we have Processor Assault. Solid removal spell. It becomes a great removal spell if you have a ton of ways to ingest. So if you have a bunch of Mist Intruders or Benthic Infiltrators, this card can go from, unplayable to very, very good, but not something that I would be looking to take too early. Next we have Breaker of Armies. It's got a pretty solid effect. I found personally that Eldrazi is just not really where you want to be. If you want to spend a lot of mana, you probably just want to be casting Awaken spells or something along those lines. This card's fine, but not something that I want to start out my draft taking. We have Cinderglade. This is Magic Online and this is 5 tickets. I'll probably take it, but given that this is the Pro Tour, probably not going to take it. Ooh, man, I saw the foil. I thought it was an expedition, but here we have Foil Angelic Captain. This card is also great. This also goes very, very well in the ally deck. It's a 5-mana 4/3 flyer. When he attacks each other, it gets +1/+1 for each other attacking ally. So I would probably consider these 2, and I'm actually not 100% sure which one's better. If you're the ally deck, I would guess that the Blade Master is probably a stronger pick, but yeah, I would choose between one of the gold cards. It's a little bit unfortunate though, because if you take one and you pass the other, it's very possible that the person you're passing to takes it. And if you look, all the good cards in this pack are just all red and white. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But when you're drafting, you really shouldn't focus on what you're passing as much as what you're getting. So reading the signals is really important, and making sure to dive into a powerful archetype is pretty important as well. Instead of just taking generically powerful spells and like it is in other formats. So I would probably take one of these 2 cards, and I don't know, the Angelic Captain is just good by itself. I might just take the Angelic Captain here, but I think it's close between those 2.